Hi, this is Sporty King, the master of listening, and I'm excited to be one of the 2020 visionaries. We're six heart centered thought leaders and influencers based in the greater Charlotte area, excited to deliver our pandemic perspectives to help you keep it together while we're in this together, experiencing it differently. Today, I'll be talking to fellow visionary Sherre DeMao. This coronavirus has put us all into unknown and challenging territory. And that's why we're doing a series of interviews to share our individual and collective wisdom about just not just surviving during these difficult days, but thriving when life takes on its new normal. Sheree, what are some things you think we could be doing to individually or collectively help people navigate this storm?
I was giving some thought as we were deciding, what we wanted to talk about this first go round. And I have to focus on the individual. Yes, I specialize in working with entrepreneurs, but what I found over these 30 years is it's not just the entrepreneurs, but everybody working with them and for them. And in this time, it's interesting. One of the things I discovered is that we get caught up in this wishful thinking mindset. And boy, now more than ever before, we're hearing a lot of people out there that are wishing things could be different than they are right now. They're wishing for some support, and we're seeing all this incredible community coming together to help these people who are wishing for the support. So that's awesome to see, right? Wishing more confidence. What's really interesting about that aspect of wishing is I'm seeing the wishing for more confidence not being as internalized as it is externalized.
Okay.
In wishing there could be more confidence in what is going on and how things are being handled. Okay, so the reality is that wishing, what we have to go inside. I say all the time, we can't control what is going on around us in the world, but we can control the world inside us. And so one of the other wishful thinkings that I see all the time is wishing for more options or fewer options. Well, all of a sudden we feel very limited in so many ways. We feel limited and we feel like we don't have the options that were presented to us. And so here's the reality. One of the other wishful thinkings that almost everybody suffers from, everybody, that now is not as much the case, is wishing if only I had more time. And here's the interesting shift that's happening now, not for everybody. We've got healthcare workers working overtime. We've got people in grocery stores, and there's some people that actually some of their time has actually been taken away from them.
Mhm.
But a good majority of us that are self-quarantining or being forced to stay home and work remotely and all of that, all of a sudden, we have actually been given the gift of time.
Let me hold you right there for a
Yeah,
second, because you know what, I love words, and so
yes,
what I'm hearing you say is I always say control your vocabulary, don't let your vocabulary control you. So I'm
great.
hearing wish as going from wanting to be supportive to wish. Things are just blowing right past us if we don't stop and take stock of what's going on.
Oh, I agree. And I feel like I can't tell you how many times when people said, if only I had more time, all these things that got put on the back burner, all
Hmm.
these things that they wish they could do that they felt like they never had time to do.
Hmm.
And so what I am really encouraging people to do with this time they've been giving, instead of focusing on all the limitations you feel that you have, take this time, go inside yourself and take a look at there are so many things that you could do. I like to say instead of wishing, I like to switch people to the word hope. Hope.
Okay.
Hope is a really powerful word. And
Yes.
here's why. And hope starts within each and every one of us. If
Hmm.
we can realize the hope that we can have within ourselves, then we are actually going to create hope for everyone around us as well. And I've turned hope into an acronym that stands for heart, optimism, passion, and effort. And
Mhm.
so that's what I say. Go into your heart and take a look. Okay, you have time on your hands. How can you put your heart into something that you actually had been wanting to do? Take something off that back burner because you actually have time to do something about it. You can go online and learn something about it. You can connect virtually. We haven't been limited virtually, and that's a wonderful thing. So we can put our heart into optimistically
Mhm.
going after what we had always thought we'd never get around to doing. And then when you put your heart into something, you're naturally more passionate about it, correct? So
Correct.
being more passionate about it, and oh my gosh, I have time to actually put some energy around this,
Mhm.
then guess what? You're going to take action. You're going to put effort into it. And so as a result, you can be an example for everyone else in your household, everyone else that is a coworker or what have you, that you know what, I'm using this time to do this for me, and possibly it could help others as well. Yeah, I see
I,
you want to
I,
ask a
yeah,
question.
yeah, because because I love that hope. I wanted to ask you: Is there? Do you also have maybe a breakdown, like a goal setting formula in there, or is that
Well,
not?
I feel like first you have to, when I say the word, the heart, the
Okay.
H part of it, that is where you get to the corner and the core of who you are. And
Hmm.
this is a perfect time to understand what you really stand for.
Hmm.
What are your values? During these challenging times, our values come screaming out at us about what's important, what's not important, what we believe is who we really are and
Hmm.
how we really want to be. And so that's where you go into your heart to understand yourself better than you ever have before, which is going to help you understand others better as well. And
Which
then,
also takes us back to, I'm sorry, but
yeah,
I love
cut it
it
off.
takes us back to what you started out with, talking about how we are concerned for them,
Yes,
for the other people. Okay, so I'm you know me, I'm loving the connectings.
yes, absolutely.
As I
And
saw you
then
so excited.
and then for me, anyone who knows me knows that I'm all about being more positive and taking and focusing on taking the high road, and how can we where is the silver lining in this, right? And so
Mm,
I'm already telling people, for many, the silver lining is you've been given the gift of time. All right, that is the one thing that everyone for the most part has been given here.
mhm,
And so how can you optimistically, and so one of the things I say, I made a commitment to myself
mhm,
was speak in a positive light, think in a positive light, shift to a positive light, and act in a positive light. So what are some positive actions you can take for yourself and for others versus getting caught up in uh, the limitation mindset, the without mindset, the scarcity mindset, and all of that. And through that optimism, you're going to see things you may not have seen before in
mhm.
the things that you can do. You're not as limited as you believe you are. And so optimism will help you become more focused on what you can do versus what you can't do. And so, speaking of another acronym, I actually have a meaning around can do, which
Yes, who likes acronyms? Go
I
ahead.
know, I'm the acronym queen. What can I say?
And the
But
king is here.
can do speaks very clearly to effort, the effort part of hope. And because once you have the heart on the optimism, you're going to naturally be impassioned and passionate about taking action. And so the action that you take, it needs to be conscientious. So can do stands for conscientious action nurtures desired outcomes. Can do stands for conscientious action nurtures desired outcomes. And so if you take, it can be the smallest of actions, it can be the grandest of actions. Just take action. So every day you've been given this gift of time. So every day, do something that conscientiously helps you move forward in something that you've been wanting to do for yourself or for others as a result of this gift of time. So that's what I really want to encourage people to do.
And let me ask you this, because I love how you talked about positive. I actually came up with a saying today. It is, don't just say positive, stay positive.
Oh, totally, totally. Yes, yes,
So
yes,
how are
yes.
you going to do that?
How are you going to do that? I think, I had a situation where I was sharing some information on Facebook. Okay. And I thought it was going to be helpful. And then I got some feedback that was not helpful.
Okay.
So I decided to shift to a positive light. So I decided to delete that particular exchange, because it was not accomplishing the positive outcome that I had wanted.
Okay.
And so that is, especially I think what we can all do for each other. And again, I'm not saying we need to be Pollyanna here, because we
Sure.
have to be real about what is the reality that we're all living in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But again, what is the opportunity? I'm loving seeing some of the conversations going on about families spending time together, these types of things. What are the positives? What is the value that we are realizing in all of us slowing down a bit and going within a little bit? There's huge value in that. There's an incredible significant value in that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Now, what would you say that? Well, you said you started out with the individuals. Now, did you want to
Yes.
move that to?
Well, I think we all have to look within ourselves to know ourselves better in this particular time, because then we're going to be better able to help others.
The mass.
And to me, that is the absolute reality. This isn't about being selfish. This is about getting to know yourself better, and also giving yourself permission to use this time to do something you've been wanting to do. And whether that's for others or for yourself, and others are going to benefit from that, because instead of wallowing in the frustration of not being able to go places you want to go, or not being able to do some things that you want to do, I guarantee you there are some things that you could be doing that you've been wanting to do right there in your own home, that just take a moment and think about it. Just take a moment and think about it. And then all of a sudden you are feeling productive. You are being a great example to everyone else that might still be in the household or outside. Share with others what you've decided to do with this gift of time, and inspire others. That to me is a wonderful way to have a positive impact on what others are feeling. And we can help each other in so many ways simply by sharing how we're using this time.
And I think you also really help us pull out the need to forgive ourselves as well, because you're still going to make mistakes. Because in this new role that we're in now, we don't know the script.
We don't. And we're being put in a situation, my heart goes out. I have a daughter that is working from home, my daughter, my son-in-law, with two young children. And that is a huge, my heart goes out to all these, parents that are having to juggle all of this at the same time. And so there's a new normal going on in households because of that as well. And so the one thing I will say to employers is that there needs to be patience on all levels here. People can be very productive at home, but don't make them feel guilty. Please don't make them feel guilty if they are juggling a family along with trying to work. That's not going to help anybody. That's going to add stress. Instead of, hey, we're in all this together. How can we support you? What can be done? And then also, who's out there that can possibly help support families? There's opportunities here. You're seeing it all the time, how people are shifting. You got Tesla looking at doing, ventilators. You've got fashion designers that are now shifting to make masks, face masks. So what could be done to help these working parents now working at home with young children, to help them keep their sanity? I put that out to the world. What can be done? So we have opportunities here.
And I love that. I love child analogies. I mean, because it can go either way. I believe children mock and mirror adults. So as the children at home are seeing how the parent is handling this new normal, likewise, other companies can see another company being compassionate to their employees, and maybe turn around their culture as well. Would you say?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I
Hmm.
feel like there's a real opportunity for corporate America was shifting to allowing more people to telecommute and such, and there has been proof that productivity can be higher
Okay.
if the right environment for remote workers is in place. And so I really hope that companies are empowering employees
Mm.
from afar and realizing that productivity can happen anywhere. And it's just, but it takes a unified effort and uh, a compassion that it's possible
Hmm.
versus a feeling that okay, we're going to be limited in our productivity. Again, just like parents reflect and show as an example to their children, leaders reflect and are an example to everyone that they are leading within their companies as well. And so how leaders embrace this,
Hmm.
entrepreneurs, executives, whatever they might be, in helping everyone through this is going to be all telling, and more so than anything else.
Do you think there needs to be somewhat of a shift of or maybe bottom up leadership?
Well, I think again, going back to going within, and
Okay.
I believe we all are leaders. We are all leaders of ourselves. All
Hmm.
right. And what is really powerful, I reposted something on Facebook about this young lady who was a server at a restaurant who saw that Amazon and Aldi's was hiring, and she put in her application to both of them and got a call back the same day. And so she posted that to all of her server friends so that they would be aware that there is work available through this crisis. And so talk about somebody leading, somebody taking a leadership role to help others. I was so impressed by that. Initiative is a powerful thing. Taking initiative, so how can we take initiative? How can anyone take initiative to help others while they're helping themselves? She helped herself and she's helping others at the same time. That's so impressive to me.
Okay. Well, have you got any closing words as we pull it all together?
Well, I just want everyone to switch from wishing to hope with heart, optimism, passion, and effort, because
Mhm.
you really, really, really can do and can get through this.
All right. And I love it. Through is the operative word because it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm going through something, stating that I know I'm going to make it through and I'm going to come
Absolutely.
out on the other end shining. Well, ladies and
Absolutely.
gentlemen, look, now is the time for us to stay calm, if have calm consideration of the options. So please follow and share the 2020 visionaries as we bring you pandemic perspectives and help you make it through. Keep it together while we're going through it together, but in different ways. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you.